Hi everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today in the final part of the Enough for a Library achievement. Doing the last mission today, Nothing is Written. Starting off with Chapter 1, Hidden in Plain Sight. You are going to start out on this cliffside right here. What you want to do is you want to scale the cliff off to the left right here. Just keep following it along until you can't climb up anymore. And you want to keep heading left until you see the collectible. It's going to be like in this rock formation right over here, so just keep making your way over there. I recommend sprinting. There's going to be a lot of walking in this collectible guide, so simply because we're in the vast open desert and all the collectibles are like super far apart from each other. But the first one's going to be right here, right on this cliff right here, so make sure you grab that. From there, you want to cross the desert into the enemy encampment. I recommend staying to the left because over by the train wreck is where the bad guys are, so we're just going to avoid them as best as possible. Just stick to the left, and underneath this rock formation is going to be collectible number 2. After picking that one up, collectible number 3 is going to be over here. Just keep following the left path, and you're going to see this tent right here. We're going to go behind it, and just keep following along here. As you can see, no enemies can really get us from the left, so just stay out of sight and out of mind. Hop over this rock formation, and then we are in the back area, and we're going to grab this one right here, and that will make number 3. Number 4 is going to be in the middle of the enemy encampment, so get ready to be super stealthy and stab some foos. But anyways, you can either try to sneak out or you can just stab. Anyways, whatever you choose, you want to make your way to the middle train car right here, and inside is going to be collectible number 4. And make sure you pick that up. Now, after that, collectible number 5 is a little off the way. What you want to do is you want to head behind the train car, and you want to basically head southeast across the desert. So just look at your compass and just head between east and south until you see this small encampment with a tank. And over here is going to be this guy patrolling. Make sure you stab him. And the collectible is going to be behind the tent. This one's pretty hard to find simply because this one's like way off the beaten path, but as long as you're going southeast, you should find it eventually. So make sure you grab it right here, and that'll do it for this chapter. And then we can move on to the next, which is going to be called Young Men's Work. This is the one with the 3 bases, and you have to sabotage the codex or something. But starting from the beginning, you're going to be on horseback on that rock right there. Just do a big U-turn into this canyon, and there should be some stables back here, and you want to look inside said stables. I recommend doing this whole mission on horseback simply because you have to cross the desert a lot, since there's 3 separate bases you have to infiltrate. So with that in mind, make sure you keep your horse, don't lose him, because walking across the desert is not fun, especially with enemy trucks roaming around, which will mow you down. But collectible is going to be right here in the far left stall. Make sure you grab that, and of course find your horsey, because that dude will save your life. So hop on horsey, and then we are going to follow the canyon until you get back to the mainland. So just keep following this, and you'll eventually end up over here. What you want to do is you want to keep going straight until you hit some train tracks. And this is going to be between the starting area and the ruins base. But you should see this rock formation overlooking the ruins, and on top of this will be collectible number 2. So make sure you grab that. It's going to be right here. And then we can move on to collectible number 3, which is going to be somewhere. We'll find out right now. Alright, so hop back on horsey. Make sure you don't lose them once again. Once you're back, we're going to cross the desert and go to the weapons depot, which is going to be across the desert. It's the furthest base away, so just keep heading in that direction. We're going to have to sneak into all 3 of these camps for the main story anyways, but once you get to here, you want to dismount your horse before a sniper sees you, so just try to dismount it. And you want to head into this first building right here with the blue door. This is where the commander lives, so you have to come here to kill him anyways, because that's the mission. He's actually standing right here, so you can stab him if you want to. But the collectible is going to be in this corner, so make sure you grab that, and then you can press on. Now, I recommend restarting the level at this point because that allows you to start back from the beginning, or you can walk back, but up to you. I recommend just restarting because that saves a bunch of time. But that'll put you back at the rock formation, hop back on Horsey, and then this time head into the town. And now we're going to get the 2 collectibles in here. So as you can see, this saved us a big walk across the desert. But just return to the starting area, no matter how you choose, either horseback riding here or restarting the chapter. You just want to make your way into town, and you want to find this building with an arch in it. So head through the arch door and then head through this blue door, and inside this little warehouse is going to be your next collectible. That's going to be 4 out of 5, and then the last one is going to be in this part of town also. What you want to do is you want to hop back on Horsey, and then you want to follow this street right here until you see the water tower, and it's going to be on top of said water tower. So obviously keep your eyes peeled for enemies because they will be around, mostly in that center building right there because that's where this town's commander lives. There's a bunch of flamethrower guys in this town, so once again be careful because those guys will just absolutely destroy you. But the water tower is going to be right here in the middle of the back area. And all you have to do is just climb up to the 2nd level and then take a left, and your collectible will be right there. That will make 5 out of 5 for this level. And finally, we can move on to the last level, Here the Desert. This is the level where you have to raid the town and then fight the choo-choo train at the end. But all the collectibles can be gone before you even start fighting, so let's get started. Alright, I recommend waiting for the first 2 cars to pass, simply because they will give you a ton of trouble because, you know, they have machine guns. Also, there's an Iron Man right there, so watch out for him. But the collectible will be in the first house you see once you get into town, so make sure you grab that. After that, you want to exit out of this door, and you want to hang a left, and you want to punch it straight. Once again, we've alerted all of the insurgents, and they will try to kill all of us. So we're just going to ignore them because, you know, collectibles. You want to look for this house right here. It kind of looks like an L with a ladder, because all the houses kind of look the same. But go on inside, and in this house is going to be collectible number 2, and make sure you grab that. Then I recommend restarting the chapter, or killing yourself, or making your way back to the start. Either one of those 3 options is viable. But from the starting area, which one of these you want to hang a right, and you want to cross the cliffs right here, past the lake, and you want to head for those houses by the rock formation. And these houses are houses that no one inhabits, so you don't have to worry about fighting any soldiers or anything. But anyways, you want to head to the back house. That's where the collectible is. So you can check this house if you want to. There's nothing in here. But in the other house is going to be your collectible. So make sure you head in there, grab it. It's right here in the corner, and that'll be 3 out of 5. And then number 4 is going to be across the desert right here. So just run across, and you want to have your eyes focused on those 2 rocks to the left, and that's where your collectible is going to be, right by the bigger rock. So make sure you grab that. And note the water tower in the background. That is where the final collectible is. So head over to the water tower. Very hard to miss because it is a major landmark. This is by the train tracks, and at this point of the level, none of the enemies will even notice you because they're all in town. So head on over here by the tracks and the water tower, and there's going to be collectible number 5 all by its lonesome by the rocks. Make sure you pick that one up, and that's the very final one for the entire game and the level. But you should get the achievement, 80 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.